What's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley back with you for an ML Sports Take here from Rosie's Corner, Route 11 in Brewerton. If you're in and around the central New York area, stop by today for meatloaf, pizza, and wings. They've got the amazing hot and cold subs and Luna's, baby. This is the one I ordered right here, which I'm going to chow down right after this video. Rosie's Corner, Route 11, gift cards available for the holiday season. Stop by today, grab and go for that meatloaf or stay for lunch here at Rosie's Corner. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now are in a position that I think a lot of people are surprised by, right? Because they win a Super Bowl with Tom Brady and his cast of characters, and it was all of a sudden going to be doomsday right after Brady retired. Surprise, surprise. I don't think they're a Super Bowl contending team with Baker Mayfield, and I didn't think that last year, but the best possible transition has taken place with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, especially from an offensive standpoint since the Tom Brady era. This Liam Cohen dude is a really bright offensive mind. He throws out a million different packages. They're doing a lot of the typical stuff in the NFL and college in terms of getting defenses off balance, like the pre-snap motion and different crazy packages and 11 and 12 personnel and all the rest. They went to LA and smoked the Chargers, and they're 8-6, and they're going to win the division, and they're going to be a tough out in the playoffs. Baker Mayfield has surprised me. He's matured. He's gotten older and better and wiser on the field and off the field. A lot less commercials, if any, and his cast of characters very, very good as well, led by a future Hall of Famer, in my opinion, and Mike Evans. This guy, there is no route he can't run. He's impossible in the red zone. Great hands and feet. He makes an offense so good. You have to draw a double team. You have to double team him, and when he draws the double team, it opens up so many other things for other people. Now, yesterday, zone, man, cover zero, anything be damned. Mike Evans is going to catch footballs. That's the bottom line. Now, I'm looking at this team right now. Do I think they're as good as Detroit? Of course not. Or Philadelphia? Of course not. Like, as good as Minnesota? Probably not, and we'll see what the Vikings have in store tonight against the Bears in a rivalry game. But this team, Tampa Bay, has really surprised a lot of people, including me, and I've never been a real big Baker guy, but I've always said that even when a guy gets picked number one and they, let's say, are a bust, or they don't become an elite player and a Hall of Famer and a continued Pro Bowler and all that sort of thing. But let's say they come back a little bit, but they have a little bit of a renaissance. They may not ever become a Joe Montana. They may never become a Peyton Manning and all the rest, but they might have a solid segment of their career somewhere, somehow, some way, right? When you look at that and you look at Baker Mayfield, there is some number one in him. That's what I always say, right? If they're in the middle where they're not a bust or they're not an elite Peyton Manning type Hall of Famer, and they're in the middle like a Baker, there is still some number one in them. When they fall down, but they get back up, they find a new home, they sign a huge deal, and they're playing well in the right culture, a couple of great weapons led by Mike Evans, there's always a little bit of that number one is still in them. There's still something in there. The talent, the competitive vibes, something, you know, there's one or the other or both. Something is in there. And I feel like with Baker Mayfield, that's what we're dealing with right now. We are dealing with Baker Mayfield. There's a little of that number one in him. And when you get better and more mature on and off the field, you have a situation now where this group now is rallying around Baker Mayfield. You hear national football people talk about Baker Mayfield, how they love him, how he has just not only resurrected his career as a football player, but as a leader and a never give up guy, and people point toward him, and the media loves talking to him, and it's a different deal. That came after the Tom Brady era in Tampa when a lot of people thought they would be dead in the water. I still think it's pretty damn impressive to have a little bit of sustainability after you win a Super Bowl with arguably the greatest of all time in Tom Brady. This guy, Baker Mayfield, is tremendous. Their defense has been very good since the Brady era. And you get Mike Evans. I know he missed some time this year with injury and all that, but you get this transition in here. Cohen's calling the plays incredibly well. This team has been formidable and a continued playoff contender and division winner. And I've been impressed. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, not going to be an easy out in the postseason. Mike Lindsley with you here from Rosie's Corner. It's an ML Sports Take. Stop on by for pizza, wings, pasta, hot and cold subs, and more. The Meatloaf Monday is here today as well. Stop by for lunch or grab and go for dinner. Watch this. This baby is a pepperoni Luna right here. One of the best things on the menu at Rosie's Corner. Go time at Rosie's. So good. So fresh, so amazing. Try the Gold Fever wings. Try the pastrami Reubens. Get it going here at Rosie's Corner, a proud Platter supporter. And as I always tell you, enjoy the games.